I'm here. All right, let me check and see if we are actually live. We should be. Let's see. Refresh. There we go. All right. All right, I can hear me. No, I don't want to hear me. Good morning. Hi, Diana. Hi, Joe. Hi, Shelly. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to come on. Let everybody get settled in since this is a new day for us. We're not usually here. Well, I'm not usually here on Thursdays. Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad you guys came. I know I'm throwing you off on a different day. Hi, Katie. Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Nancy. Marianne. Hi, Judy. Hi, Cheryl. Trying to get everybody. Hi, Terry and Donna. Hi, Diane. Okay, so I'm going to jump right into it since today is a bonus video. I'm not going to do any of our business and our normal stuff. That will be saved for tomorrow. Just in case you forgot why I'm doing two videos. Next Friday, I will be around. I will have a video like I normally do, but I'm actually going away. I'm going to a retreat. We're going to see how that works in these crazy times. So it won't be a very educational live. It'll just be like a really informal one. So I just wanted to give you guys an extra one this week. There's our video today and then also the video tomorrow as normal. That's not going to change. I am on a streak now. I can't remember how many weeks and I don't want to break it. So even though I'm going away, I will still be here. One thing that's different today, I am alone. Today is Barb's day off, so I am all by myself. I'm all by myself for right now. There are customers and employees in my husband's part, so hopefully they see my notes that I am filming and they don't come in and make too much noise, but they're boys. We'll see what happens. So I have my laptop out because I'm going to be trying to check your comments, so be patient with me. If I miss something during the video, I will go back and answer it afterwards because I don't have Barb here to tell me what you guys want to know. So what I thought I would do today is something I wanted to do for a while that I thought would be kind of fun is I want to go through all of my bag patterns for you. Just kind of go through and show you each of them. Maybe you're new to So Many Creations and you don't know some of the patterns. Maybe you're one of my not newbies. I will never use that other word. One of my tried and true has been with me for years and you know all my bag patterns, like Miss Dorothy and Diane, who probably own every bag pattern I've ever made. But maybe you forgot about something, or maybe there's something here that will inspire you with fabric choices or for, for gifts. It's getting to be that time of the year where we're going to start thinking about holiday gifts. So I thought I would kind of go through. I don't have them organized like alphabetically. I have them kind of in groups of what styles they are. So I thought I would go through. And I'm sorry, I'm reading a couple of comments. Katie was just at a retreat a few weeks ago. It was good, just weird and spaced out. That's what I'm anticipating, Katie. Same thing. So we're going to see. We'll see if anybody minds me doing a Facebook Live from the retreat. So anyway, I'm going to jump right into it. Just keep in mind a couple of things. Number one, like I said, I'm alone. So if I missed your comment, I'm going to try to get as many as I can. Number two, some of these fabrics are old. Some of my samples don't get remade just because other things come in and bump them out of the way. It doesn't mean they're a bag pattern. It just means that I just haven't updated it. So if you have a question about fabric or cork colors, let me know. Be specific in case I miss your comment. Tell me what bag and I'll let you know. If it's a fabric that's discontinued, unfortunately, you probably won't find it. Maybe you will. And otherwise, if it's something that you see that you want me to put a kit together, ask me and I'm happy to do that. So before I get into the bags, I wanted to show you something else. This is something that I do for myself at home so that I know that I always have the bits and pieces to my patterns ready. I have this binder. It's very, very thick. And this is just my bag patterns. And what I do is I have them all in here. I wanted to just show you in case you're looking for organizing ideas. So I go through all of my patterns and I put them in these little sleeves so I can take them out. I've got my pattern as well as my cover so that I could see my supplies offhand. And then I also have my templates. So if I have a template or anything special that I've already cut out, I put it in here so I don't lose it. This is alphabetical. Just because it's a little bit easier for me. And this morning when I was going through to make sure I had everything to show you guys, I realized that I was missing one of my own patterns, probably because I don't need the pattern for it anymore, and it's the Diva Wallet. So I'm going to start with wallets because, sorry, I'm just going to be dropping things on the floor because I have nobody here to hand me anything. I'm going to start with wallets because they're small, they're easy, they're great for gifts, and I just kind of wanted to start there. And since I mentioned Diva, here we go. So the first wallet that I ever did is the Diva. This is the Diva frame wallet. I know a lot of you have already made this. I know a lot of you have made many of them. I don't know a lot of people that have only made one. I'm going to show you the insides of each of these. Actually, I'm going to stand up. It'll be easier. And I'll know in a second if my head's cut off. So the Diva Wallet has the 7.5-inch Diva frame. This is the orange cover. So it's the Diva frame wallet. If you have one of the older patterns, it's a yellow cover, yellow down here. This one, I added a little strip of cork. Inside are card pockets, zippered pocket, 2 open pockets. Really simple little wallet. Once you've done a couple of these, you probably won't need the pattern either. They go together usually in less than an hour once you've done a few of them. Your first one might take you all of like 2 hours. So this is one of my favorites. This was the first wallet that I did. And then from there, due to requests from my mom, who said the Diva was nice but too small, we moved on to the Prima Diva. And I get this question a lot. Why did you name them so similarly? Why did you confuse us? My goal was never to confuse anybody, but I thought if this is the Diva and uses the Diva frame, because that's what I have named this. And side note, if you see these anywhere else called Diva frames, it's because of me. I'm actually the one that named them. They were not named that before me. Not that that matters, but you know, I don't get a lot of props, so I'm just going to give myself a little pat in the back. So if you see Diva frames, that's because of my pattern. So I went to the Prima Diva. This is this one, the one that I just did a video for. Has 2 zippered pockets, extra card pockets, pockets here, full of pockets. And I wanted to associate them so that you knew they were from the same designer. I wanted you to know that they use the same Diva frame. It felt weird to have a Diva wallet and then a Prima Diva, which used a, or a different wallet name that used the Diva frame. So my friend Leslie, who's probably not watching, but who knows, my friend Leslie named this because I said, what can I name this? I'd like to have Diva in the name. Help me name this. I had a little contest on Instagram, and my friend Leslie said, I don't know what to call it, but she's so fancy she looks like a prima donna, which is where Prima Diva came from. So thank you, Leslie, if you're ever watching. And so she won the first ever pattern and made hers. So that is the Prima Diva. So now you can see the difference side by side, same width, same frame. Same stuff that's in here is in here, but multiplied. So that's the Diva and that's the Prima Diva. Then I did the Mini Divas because I saw these, I'm going to take this tag off. I saw these cute little miniature versions of the frame. These are about 4 1/4, 4.5 inches. They're kind of in between. And I decided to do the Mini Divas. That's why that one's just called Mini Divas, because you get both. So there's 3 patterns. The Diva frame wallet, the Prima Diva, and then the Mini Divas. And Mini Divas include a Mini Diva and a Mini Prima Diva. And I'm just looking. Katie said she gets the most often complimented on the Diva, and people ask if she sells them. There's a lot of people that sell all of the wallets, because I was talking to a friend of mine who actually uses one of these but doesn't carry a purse. And if you don't carry a purse, you still usually want a wallet. So that's why I think this one's been very popular, and the wallets in general, because maybe you don't want to make a purse for somebody, or maybe you want to make some smaller items to sell at craft fairs or in, your Etsy shop or your website. Wallets are quick and easy, and everybody needs a wallet. So I don't know a lot of people that don't have one. So these are the Mini Divas. Mini Prima Diva is just like its big sister, except it doesn't have this pocket right here. So it's the same concept, but these pockets were so small that it didn't really make any sense. So there is the little mini Prima Diva. And then the mini Diva is just like its big sister, pockets on either side, except this one has a zippered pocket on the outside. Just something that I wanted to do because there isn't a place for your bills, so you can put your bills in here. But if you have both patterns and you want to add this zippered pocket to the bigger one, by all means do. I wouldn't do it on the accordion style because it would be very awkward to access, but just to kind of let you know. All right. Thank you. You love the Diva Wallets and the mini. Thank you. All right. So those are the Diva. That's the Diva family. And then earlier this year, I came out with the Ginger Cork wallet. I wanted something quick and easy that required minimal supplies. And so all you need for a Ginger, let me show you this one first because it's one color, is one 9x12. One 9x12 does the entire wallet. There's no fabric, no interfacing, no hardware, no zippers, nothing. So all you need is the pattern, and it's a mini pattern, so it's $6. Mini as in size, it's a little pattern, and that's it. So this, I also wanted to show you because of this right here. This loop in the pattern, it tells you what size to cut it. It is cut larger than the wallet itself, and this is why. You see how that sticks out? You need that to stick out so that you can tuck your pieces in, just like this. So it becomes a decoration, but also a little handle. And this one I did with scraps. So this one is actually two colors, which if you save your cork scraps, you can do it for one of these wallets. Joanne's made several for gifts. They're so quick and easy. So that right there is my wallet collection. This I need for myself. I have not made one, but I need to do that. I am currently carrying one of these, and it is full. I probably have too much stuff in it, but it still closes, just not easily. So I need to, I want to do one of these for just my cards, things that I don't need all the time, but that I like to have with me, like my insurance card and things that I always carry. But I want to use my mini Diva to carry my money and my credit cards, because sometimes, especially now with having to wear a mask, and a lot of times I don't wear my glasses when I go into a store just because they get fogged up, I end up just taking this with me. My car key is attached to it because I have the keyless start. So carrying this in, I don't need all the stuff, but this would help to organize all those other cards. Oops. I don't want to spill my coffee. So let me move the wallets, and then we're going to move on to a couple more Christmas projects. Sorry about the background. It's looking a little sad right at the moment. Oh, awesome. Patty's first project with Cork was her Ginger, and she's making them for Christmas presents. Remember, a lot of people, a lot of teens, you know, they want gift cards and things like that. And then you think, well, what do I give them on top of a gift card? A quick little wallet that they can carry around, they can put in their pocket, and then you give them a gift card or cash. That's what I always end up giving my sister. So you get a little extra something, a gift and a gift. So I'm going to move on to some more small projects. I have wristlets, and then I have the zippered pouches. So just to show you here, I'm going to show you both at once. This is the Leading Lady. This was my first pattern, the first one I ever published in early 2011. This has the pleats on the front. They're just for decoration. Zippered top, no pockets inside, real simple and basic. And then we have the Brooke. So just so you can see the size difference, Leading Lady is flat. Brooke has the darts in the bottom, so it has a little bit more shape to it. Again, both just have the zippers sitting on the top and nothing inside. Very plain and simple, easy, quick little gifts. These you can both do out of cork. I also wanted to let you know that too. You know, some of the projects that work with cork really well, all of the wallets you can do cork on the outside. For any of the mini Prima Divas or Prima Divas with the accordion edges, I would not do cork on those edges unless you have an industrial machine and or a rivet setter. It will get really, really thick. So I just do it on the front, on the outside. So those are the two little wristlets. And then you guys probably remember these if you've been watching since May. This is the trio zip pouches. This is the pattern that I went back and redid and added some instruction for cork. So this includes cork instruction in it, as well as the Brooke. Some of the patterns that are older or that were written for fabric specifically don't, but if I have conversions for cork, I try to put them on the website, and you can always email me too. So again, nice little quick, easy projects. When you need something with a zipper, and you know, if you're new to zippers and you want to try something, these are, I'm not going to say fail proof, but pretty close to it. You can definitely put zippers in. It's a really easy technique that I use. So those are some more of the little ones. And now we're going to get into, oh, here we go, the Kiss Lock. So this hardware, we had a video on this, I think it was in July. I know we were still in the other office. That is linked on Facebook as well as YouTube. Diane Lil had requested that we do one on the Kiss Lock frames. So I wanted to show you both of my patterns that use these frames. I've shown these to you before, but this is the perfectly pleated clutch and then the Laurel frame bag. So you can see the size difference. Same exact hardware, two very different looks. This one is really wide on the bottom. It has a separate gusset where this one does not. This one does not have any pockets inside, but it does have the pocket on the front. And the Prima Diva, or this is not the Prima Diva, perfectly pleated clutch has an option for putting a zippered pocket in. For some reason I didn't do one on here, but you can add a zippered pocket. That's in the pattern instructions as well as the video that I added to YouTube a little while ago. So those are the two I have for Kiss Lock frames. All right, just glancing down at comments just to see if anyone has any questions. All right, and now we're gonna move into my favorite category of bags at the moment. I always change my mind, crossbody bags. And I know a lot of you also like crossbody bags because they are hands-free, and you only have to make one handle. It's a long handle, but you only have one. And a lot of these really don't have a lot of hardware. You just need a slide set, and really you can add this to pretty much any bag you can make into a crossbody bag. I personally, again, with all the traveling I used to do, I got used to using a crossbody or a backpack because I like being hands-free. At a quilt show especially, I don't want to worry about putting my bags down or losing anything. And sometimes with a backpack, you're kind of in everybody's way, but with a crossbody, you keep it right tight next to you, and there you go. So let's go through these in no particular order. This is the Emily. All right, this is the mini messenger bag. There is no large messenger bag. It's just called a mini messenger bag because it's a messenger style, but it's small. This bag I did all in cork. The instructions are written for fabric, but there is a little cheat sheet on the website on the tutorial, no, the kits page. Kits and inspiration down at the bottom. That has the information for cork. It's an 18 by 27 of the green and a 9 by 12 of the flap right here. This one has a pocket underneath, right here, underneath the flap, nothing inside, and a pocket, a zippered pocket on the back. I did carry one of these for a long time. It's a really good size. Obviously, I have started carrying more stuff with me because now I can't fit into the little Lola bag, but that's okay. I've gotten used to using a big bag again. So that's the Emily. And I wanted to show you these kind of next to each other so you could see the sizes, because sometimes even with a measurement, you're not sure what size you like. So I wanted to hold these up next to each other and kind of show you in comparison how they measure up. This is the Central Park bag. Some of you have been asking if I'm doing kits. And if this is the video that I'm working on, and the answer is yes. It is not done yet. I am hoping it will be done very soon. It's been a crazy week of good stuff, but just have not been able to get everything finished. So this is Central Park. Central Park is, it's a few years old. I want to say 2013, but I kind of stopped selling it and promoting it because other bags came in, like Emily and Lucy and other bags. And then I started promoting it again a couple years ago, and I redid it in cork, and it's been such a big seller ever since then. Sometimes you forget about bags. You might even have this in your collection somewhere. So, and if you do, if you have the old pattern, this is the new cover right there. If you have the old pattern, just like with the trio, just send me an email, show me your cover, and I can send you the updated pattern. So that is Central Park. Central Park has a zipper on the top. There is an open pocket right here, a zippered pocket, and then there's also a zippered pocket inside. This can be done all out of fabric. It can be done all out of cork like this one here. You can just add cork on the top. Whatever you like. Bags are customizable. You make them however you want. But the instructions for this, there's no raw edges, so you can absolutely mix and match cork and fabric wherever you want. And let's go to Alice. I think all of you guys by now know Alice because it was one of my new releases from this year. Just to show you side by side. Alice in the big size and Alice in the small size. These are both included in the same pattern. They both are the same. The small size has the half-inch handle, and the larger has the 1-inch. They both have the zippered pocket on the front, the zippered pocket on the zippered top. They're open inside, nothing inside. And you also have your back pocket right back here, which is just a little open pocket. This one does require cork on the outside because two things. There's no instruction for the handles to do them in fabric. It's only in cork. And also this right here, this pocket, you can see you're using the back side of the cork as the inside of the pocket. That one right there, you wouldn't be able to convert to fabric without adding some extra steps. So this bag is an exclusive cork outside. And oh yes, and Shelly said Central Park was the first bag of mine she made. She loved to make it in cork. So for Central Park, the butterfly, the main print is an 18 by 27. The natural up here is a 9 by 12, and that does the entire outside. There is information on the revised pattern on what pieces to cut. And I'm also including that in the video that I'm working on so that you know where those pieces are going to go. And so you can see kind of a comparison here. Oops. Alice versus Central Park. Similar in size. Central Park is wider on the bottom. Alice is slightly taller and slightly wider. Different configuration of pockets. So just to kind of show you those next to each other. And of course, Lola. You guys all met Lola a couple weeks ago. I absolutely love this bag. So it's just simple, and I just love that you can show off whatever print you want up here, whether it's cork or fabric. Lola, again, no pockets outside, 1/2-inch hardware for your slide set, zippered recess zipper and divider inside. And of course I grabbed the one that has the mushroom print inside. I was at home working and I ran out of fabric, and zippered pocket. So this one, there's a lot of stuff in this little bag. I really like this one. This one includes instructions for cork bottom and handle only, and you can do cork or fabric for the top. I did the canvas on this one. And some of these are kits on the website, so if you're not sure, let me know. Let's go to Lucy. Lucy is another crossbody, a little bit bigger. Let me show you some comparisons here. So Lucy next to Lola. Okay, Lucy is bigger, about the same depth, a little taller, and a little bit wider. Lucy has a zippered pocket on the back. Oh, you're welcome, Connie. Yes, Connie said it's interesting to see the different sizes. That is something that I've wanted to do for a while, is to show you the size comparison, because sometimes even though there's a picture and it might be on somebody in the picture and there's measurements, sometimes it's hard to visualize. So that's why I thought this would be kind of fun to show you what they look like next to each other. So you know that if, you know, Lola's the perfect size bag for you, that Lucy might be okay. She's not too much bigger, but she's a little bit bigger. So just to kind of give you an idea. So Lucy has a zippered pocket on the back, okay? And on the front is a little flap pocket right here. This one I did all out of cork. You can also mix and match. The pattern is written so that this part right here is out of fabric or cork. This part right here and the handle and these are always cork. There's a raw edge on these accent pieces, so that's why that has to be cork or vinyl or leather. I always just say cork, but something that doesn't fray. And then again, a recess zipper. This one was actually designed at a retreat, so maybe I'll have some great idea at the next retreat I go to. And inside here are some divided pockets. There are instructions. Actually, are there? Yes, there are. I had to think about that. There are instructions on the website if you want to do Lucy all out of cork, so you know what pieces you need and what pieces to cut. Basically, this dark purple is an 18 by 27. That's written on the pattern. This piece right here would also be an 18 by 27. And I know that a lot of times, like when I was at shows, people would hold up a small piece of cork and go, no, that shouldn't be that big. A 9 by 27 will be fine. Something to keep in mind with this. This cork goes all the way down and all the way over. There's seams, and it's the same on the back. So you do have some left over, but this is bigger than it looks. It's very deceiving. This one, I also did a different accent on the top, not for any particular reason. You have enough of the dark purple, but my husband actually said, why don't you do light purple? It would look pretty. And he was right. So it's an extra piece of cork that you don't really need, but you know, why not? Do any of us really need cork? No, we just want it. And the last crossbody here is Lucy available in a kit. Yes, I believe this one is on the website, and there might be another one. I will have to check and see, because I have a couple of them with fabric that I have available and a couple that I don't. Chrissy, I think there's 2 Lucy's on the website. I think an all cork and one with canvas. If there's something you see that you want, let me know. If there's any other pictures on there, and I can see if I can upload another kit. I'm sorry, I'm talking to you, I'm talking to the computer. I don't know what's happening. This is why I need Barb. She keeps me organized. So, last crossbody is Adeline. And Adeline is actually a lot bigger than it might seem on in the pictures. Adeline, let's see, compared to Lucy, is much taller. It's about the same width, but taller, a little bit deeper on the bottom. Adeline has the flap right here, and it also has this feature, which I have not done in any other bags until Alice, the vertical pocket. And this is the entire size. Let me show you here, the entire outside. So it's a huge pocket. So I thought if you were in school or traveling and you needed to put like your iPad or a magazine or something in there, you'd have it easy to access, but it just gives you all that extra room. Inside are 2 divided pockets, and this one uses the 1.5 inch hardware. This one has a really long, thick handle. I did the wider handle on this one because the bag itself is so big. It looked proportionate, but also if you overload it, just to kind of take some of that stress off so you don't have anything digging in to your shoulder. Adeline, there's Adeline and Lola, just to kind of give you an idea. And let's see some of our other ones with Emily. Cheryl said, I love your pattern names. All of my pattern, well, not all of them, most of my pattern names are named after people that I know and pets that are no longer with us. Those are my criteria. Everybody says, why don't you have a Roxy or a Zoe? Because they are still with me. Lucy was named after my dog that I had when I met my husband. Ginger was my childhood dog. These are named after my friend's children. This is my sister, Emily, with an I-E, not a Y. So that's where I get all of those names from. I've told the story before, but I'll tell you again really quickly. I was at a show. I was actually Road to California. I remember very vividly 2 years ago, and this lady and I think it was her mom, we were all talking and having this conversation, and one of them asked about the pattern names, and I said, well, my patterns are named after all of my friends' kids, and she missed the part where I said my friends, and she heard my kids, and she looked at me and said, how many kids do you have? 0. I have 0. But I had to correct her. It was a very funny moment because she just did not hear the entire sentence. So yes, they are named after children that are not mine. So those are the crossbody bags. I'm going to give you one more quick look, and then I'm going to move those out of the way and get everything back together at some point because I know it's a mess back there. All right, so those are all the crossbody bags. All right, so sorry, girls. So I'm going to take a sip of coffee, and then we're going to move on to the regular purses. I went through my binder, and I made sure I had everything, but there was still that lurking feeling that I'm missing something, but I have gone through all of it. So hopefully we're good. So let me just start right here. This is the Trendsetter. This is one, trying to look here. Yes, this was, I think, actually my first larger purse pattern. I had done a lot of smaller bags. I did a tote bag. This was actually my first full-size bag pattern. And it was a request from a local shop because they had the 14-inch Atkins zipper display, that big round display. And she said, do you have a purse, not a little bag, not a wallet, but a purse that would use a 14-inch zipper? Because I have all these zippers and I don't know what to do with them. And this purse uses a 14-inch zipper. So this is just an old plastic one, just one of the standard zippers. I would probably remake this at some point. I should remake it using one of my zippers. On this one, I also increased the handle. Normally it's 1 inch. I did 1.5 inches because I wanted to see how it looked. I'm still on the fence. I don't love it. I don't hate it. So it's normally 1 inch. And this one is, if you're in the group, and of course I already forgot your name. I'm so sorry. My brain is fried today. Somebody just posted one with Snoopy fabric, super cute. And I think she also posted the hand embroidered one. Maybe it was 2 different posts. I'm sorry, I can't remember. Let me see here. The floral fabric on the Laney Backpack behind me. This one right here. I will get to that in a second when we get to backpacks. Everybody always asks about that fabric. I will answer you in just a minute, Madison. Again, I'm talking to the computer, not to you. I'm sorry. So this is Trendsetter. Trendsetter has the pockets on the front. It has these little pockets right here, and this pocket, my husband did help me design this. He suggested doing the little angle there to make these pockets more accessible. They're not as accessible when you have a wider handle. A zipper on the top. This one has divided pockets on one side and a zippered pocket on the other. This bag kind of has a little bit of everything. I have not done this one out of cork yet. My reason is there's a lot of overlapping seams between the pocket and the base and the handles. I haven't figured out how to make this domestic machine friendly. Not all of us have an industrial commercial machine. My HD9, no problem. That will go through it without any issues. Excuse me. Some of you have machines that don't have that speed to them, the straight stitch machine. And I want to make sure that if I do this out of cork, that it will be accessible for everybody. So that's something I am working on to figure out where it would look best and be the most pleasing. So that's Trendsetter. If you're in the group, go check out some of the posts that are on there. There's a couple of really awesome Trendsetters. Abby, I think you guys are all familiar with Abby because Abby is, again, one of those bags that's really big and sometimes doesn't look as big as you think. It was kind of a deterrent for some people because the bag itself is just bigger than they wanted to carry. This has plastic shopping bags in it, so it's really heavy. That's why it keeps pulling down. So Abby, if you're a member of the group, you can access the 25% smaller file to make the little Abby Jr. So this one right here, Abby does have cork here and cork on the handle. The pattern does include instructions if you want to do it all out of fabric. You don't have to do any cork. It includes instructions for both. Abby has one of my favorite pockets. This is actually 2 pockets. They're nice and deep, nice for a cell phone or for keys, anything you want to access quickly. A single handle. So if you wanted to make this into an adjustable handle, all you need is a slide set and a little bit of extra cork or fabric to make it long enough. This has the recessed zipper, and it also has a zippered pocket on the back. And then inside, 2 sets of divided pockets. Plastic bags are optional. That's up to you if you want to carry them around. And that's Abby. I did the same exact thing for Abby, little Abby. I just made everything smaller. And I do have kits for some of these. This one is sold out. I have this fabric on order again. It has not come in yet. I'm hoping around October they'll have it ready. But everyone's been loving that Anna Maria fabric. This one is not available right now. This is on the website as well as a few others. So that is Abby. All right, and I'm just gonna grab randomly because these are not in any order. Then we have Tabitha, and Tabitha, I did both of these samples out of cork. Tabitha is a tote and a purse. So there's the size. They're the same width, different heights. You can use the jewel hardware. You can use the icicle hardware. You cannot use any hardware. You can add a twist lock or a flip lock up on the front if you want to make it into just a little simple tote bag. These both have zippers in them, which you can also skip. This pattern includes lots of options, so it kind of becomes a make your own bag, which essentially all bags are, but sometimes I think we need that permission that we can add and remove options as we please. And Tabitha encourages you to do that. You pick the size bag you want to do. You decide how you want to do it with hardware. If you want to skip hardware, there's pocket options. You have the zippered top as part of the information. Inside, there is an option for a zippered pocket, for divided pockets, for no pockets. So Tabitha is a great beginner bag if you want to kind of play around with some of the different options, because you can make 5 different Tabithas and they'll all look different. I've also made these out of wool. You can do them out of cotton. There's instructions for the handles in cotton and cork. They're great for big prints, because if you have a big print that you don't want to cover up or cut up, you can, really see it here. So I love Tabitha for that. Let's see here. Oh, Marilyn said the pattern she made was Abby, and she loves it. Thank you. And Shelly said Abby makes a great tote. The mini is a perfect purse size, and they hold a ton of stuff. The pockets are great. Well, thank you. Thank you for the wonderful reviews. You guys always make my day, and now you get to make my day twice in a week. So that is Tabitha. Okay. I just keep throwing things on the floor. I'm going to grab here Harper. Harper is, again, a large bag. So when we look at, let's look at Abby. This is Abby and this is Harper. Shorter, but about the same size. So Harper is another one of those bags that I have gotten requests to do a smaller version. I am working on that because I want to make sure with all of these curves and the side pockets that it's not going to be too difficult in a small version. So since we're speaking of that, let's look here. This has little pockets on the side. When I carried one of these, that's where I always put my cell phone. So I had that handy. This one I did embroider. This is a tulip pink design. Harper needs a piece of cork for the bottom, this piece right here, and the accents as well as the handles. The middle part does not have to be out of cork. That's not written into the pattern. You can do it out of fabric. I will tell you, Harper takes a lot of cork if you want to do the whole thing out of cork. I have a sample. It's over there. I can't reach it. That is all cork, and it took 3 18 by 27s. It's an expensive all cork bag, so that's why what I did for this one. And keep in mind, a lot of the things I did were because of shows, because of people seeing things and wanting to see options right then and there when they're making a purchase. I have the one with fabric on the top, and then for this one I used an 18 by 27 for the natural on the front and the back, and I put fabric on the sides. This eliminates some bulk, and it eliminates a piece of cork, which obviously cork is more expensive than fabric. So there's lots of options for that. Linda would like to know, do I have a video for Lucy? I do not. Just to talk about videos really quick. As a lot of you know, and maybe you don't, depending on how long you've been following me, videos were not something that I did up until this year. I did not know how to do them. I didn't have a YouTube channel. I didn't have the time to do them because I was never around. So I am slowly going through all of my patterns and kind of making the decisions based on the ones that are the most complex. Like the Prima Diva has so many things going on. That's why I did that one first. The Central Park, that was kind of a redo of a pattern from, oh my gosh, I want to say 7 years ago. I think it was a 2013 release. So because I redid it and we've changed things that we have and cork, I'm trying to, I chose that one next. Lucy is on the list, as well as Road Trip, which we'll get to Road Trip in a minute. I do want to go through not every single pattern, but the majority of the patterns that have lots of bits and pieces. So today, do I have a Lucy video? No. Will I have one in the future? Yes. If you look on the video, the tutorials page of my website, my friend Stephanie from Quilt Addicts Anonymous, she does a lot of videos, and her videos are free. She has tons of videos. I mean, outside of my stuff, she does quilt videos and purse and all sorts of things. She's extremely talented in not only this venue, but also in media. That was what she did before she started quilting. So she has a lot of videos. So like she has an Abby video. It's a free video. It doesn't take you step by step you know, for every single little detail, but she touches on all the things that you might get hung up on, that you need help on. I have videos for zippered pockets and recessed zippers and hardware. So for something like that, I'm probably not going to do an Abby video, because you can watch her free video and then you can also see the videos I've done in addition to them. She has Diva, she has Leading Lady, she has Taurus Tote Bag, and I know she was working on something else, but she just had a baby not that long ago, so she's doing some other things. So for me, I want to go through and do the step-by-step videos for a lot of the bags. It just takes time, but I am getting there. That was a very long answer. Sorry, Linda, and everybody else. So let's go back to Harper. Harper, again, Harper has cork tabs in the pattern. I use the hardware that we got in because we got the hardware after I wrote the pattern. So those are not included in the instructions, but I do have a tutorial on the jewels and the icicles. Harper also has a recessed zipper, and Harper has a zippered pocket and divided pockets. That is pretty standard in most of my bags. Unless it is a small bag, most of my bags are going to have at least one, if not both, because I don't know about you, but I like to organize all of my stuff, and I like more pockets the better. When I make bags for my mom, she doesn't like all the pockets. She only likes zippered pockets. So you pick and choose which ones work for you. But in most of my bags, you will find at least divided pockets, usually a zippered pocket somewhere in the bag, whether it's outside or inside or both. But I try to add those into all of them. Thank you, Yvonne. Yvonne loves the icicle hardware. So do I. I fell in love with it and I just couldn't resist. So let's go on to Stella. Stella is not named after a person. Stella was named after Dear Stella, the fabric company, because I hung out with them when I was writing this pattern. I helped them out at Quilt Market, and it just made sense. And my friend Wendy said, why don't you name the bag Stella? And I was like, I love that. So that is Stella. Very wide on the bottom. You can use fabric here. You can use denim, cork, vinyl, anything you like. Big zippered pocket on the back. There is also a flap on the front, and this was actually, let me zip this for you. This was the first recessed zipper I ever did in a bag because I saw one and I just became obsessed with it. And instead of having the zipper on the top, like on Trendsetter, that pinches your bag together, I wanted to do one of those zippers. I didn't know what they were called at the time. That was flat, and that kept the width of your bag. So that's the first one I ever did. This one I did as a double zip. You don't have to. You can do a single zip. This one also has pockets inside. And again, there is a zippered pocket on the back, so there isn't one in the middle. And what I love about this was an accidental design, I'm not going to say flawed design element. There is a gap between the top here and where the flap goes. And so for all of my glasses wearing folks, I have prescription glasses and sunglasses, and sometimes I don't know where to put my sunglasses, so I don't scratch them. I slide them under the flap and I carry the bag like that. So that was what I used to do when I had a Stella. I don't have a Stella anymore, but I love that little option right there. And so that's Stella. I'll show you a comparison here. Stella versus Harper. Taller, not as wide, deeper. So this is a big bag. The Abby is a really big purse. These are more average size. This one looks really big, but really the purse starts down here. This is just part of the outside. It's not part of the storage part of the bag. So I don't feel like you can overstuff Stella as much as you think you might just because of the design of it. And I've got two more. And I know that Lisa's not watching, Lisa, the owner of Log Cabin, because they're having a sale today. But these last two bags are named after her daughter and her granddaughter. Did not do that on purpose. They just happened to be in the pile together. So this is Ellie. And Ellie is, again, a bag that you can do all out of cork and fabric. You can mix and match. This is wool. So we talked about wool a few weeks ago. It's really fun to add that onto a bag just for another texture. I love the prints together and that little bit of texture. You have that, you know, the cold metal and then the fuzzy wool and then the cork. I just love that. This has a big pocket right here. This pocket goes all the way up and then down, and it's got this double zip. And I will tell you, this zipper element will be the death of me when I'm at shows, because every time I look, somebody has unzipped the bag and put it there. And it's one of those things that just makes me tick. I don't know, there's probably something that all of you have, so don't judge me. That little thing that you're like, oh, that makes me crazy. And so I would walk over and I would fix all of the zippers because I like them in the middle. I'm really anal like that. This one also has instructions for the icicle hardware, recess zipper, and inside divided pockets. So no zippered pocket inside because the zippered pocket is on the outside. And that is Ellie. Okay. And last but not least in the purse category is Kaylee. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. So, Kaylee was designed specifically as soon as we got the fancy hardware in, because I wanted something simple that would show off not only the hardware, but whatever fabrics or cork you picked. And this one I did really simple, and I remember when I picked it out, I asked my mom what she thought, and she said it's very simple considering what I normally do. I do very bold, crazy prints. But she said, you should do it because somebody out there might want something a little bit more subdued and simple. And this bag got so much attention, I think, because it is so simple. It just has the chocolate in the middle, the textured natural, and this is the rose gold. I don't know how well it will pick up on camera, but the rose gold is just subtle. It's not too bright like the gold. It's not, you know, harsh like the silver. I could have done any color in here, but I wanted to show off the rose gold and also just really show off the cork. This pattern you can do in fabric, you can mix and match, you can just do cork in the middle or fabric in the middle, whatever you want to do. Kaylee again has a recess zipper because I am obsessed with recess zippers. And then there is divided pockets and there is a zippered pocket, but I did not put one in here and I don't know why. I can't answer that question, but I did not. So, so that is Kaylee. And let's just see, Kaylee is very, very similar to the Trendsetter. It is wider on the bottom, definitely shorter than Abby. There you go. So just to kind of show you some of those bags, and I'm gonna get rid of these. I just have tote bags and backpacks, and because a couple of you have already inquired, I'm gonna go grab another one. We're going to start with backpacks because I only have two. So the Laney Backpack, this is my newer backpack. There are kits for both of these on the website. These are both canvas tops. It's actually the same fabric with different color background. That is the Rifle Paper Company canvas. So Madison had asked about that and a couple of other people have asked. We do have this for sale by the yard on the website, and there are complete kits for both of these. This fabric was a reprint. I ordered several bolts of it. It is getting low. I don't know if they're reprinting it or not. I have not heard otherwise. It was one of the more popular ones. I think it was from English Garden. I believe that was the collection from Rifle Paper Company. If you are interested in either of these, I would say get it now before it's too late. It's been around for probably, I'm going to guess, close to 2 years because, again, it was a reprint. I don't know if they're going to do it again. So these are both canvases. This collection also had cottons. I did not get any of the cottons. I just got the canvas. But what I love, I am carrying a Laney backpack. Mine also has canvas on the top. You can do this out of cork if you want to. This would be an 18 by 27. That's another thing I'm working on. I have a very long to-do list. What I love about this is that it opens down really low, okay? This has a batik inside. Your kit would not. It has a different fabric. It's got pockets. You can do pockets on both sides. That's what I did on mine. It has this nice double zip. I'm glad you were still here, Madison. She said she might need a kit. This one, the bag itself is not difficult. There's a lot of easy steps, but when you get to do this curved zipper down to here, there's a little it's a little challenging for your fingers to kind of get in there and really make sure you're doing, you're getting everything all at once. It makes sense when you're in the pattern, but this is another one I want to do a video for, just because it's kind of like when we talked a few weeks ago about the Laurel. That is a very simple bag to put together, and then you put the kiss lock frame on and you think, oh boy, I don't know if I can do this. You can do this. You just have to be patient. Just remember, not everything is going to be the quickest, easiest project you have. Sometimes we need to tap into our patience and just take our time. And this one, it's well worth it in the end. It just takes a little bit of getting your fingers and your hands in the right place. Use clips, use pins, use whatever you need to hold these pieces together. It's an awesome bag when it's finished. And the zipper, you really want to take your time because of this curve. If you get any little puckers along here, it will drive you crazy. If you are anything like me, I have redone the zippers a couple of times. So, oh, thank you, Yvonne. Yvonne said she loves that we sell the kits. That's another thing that's new. Take advantage of this while I am here. Kits are not something that are easy to take with me. They're not something that's easy for me to travel with, because it takes a lot of time and a lot of room, and room that I don't usually have in the van as well as the booth. But doing kits here is fun. It means I get new samples, it means you guys get new stuff, and it means you have everything you need without having to go and think, oh, I had almost everything, but I forgot a piece of hardware, I forgot a zipper. So these are complete kits with and without the pattern. I am working on getting more kits on the website because I want to just keep giving you guys what you want. That's what you asked me for, so I want to make you happy. So ignore me for a minute. Pretend I did not get into off at another tangent. Laney has a zippered pocket on the front. It does require cork for the bottom and the handles, because you do need to have something that you can use the raw edge, cork or fabric or canvas on the top. So those are the two Laney backpacks. I'll put them away later. And Everly. And Everly, what I love about Everly is that this is not only a backpack, but it's a convertible bag. So Everly is very heavy on the hardware, but there's a reason. And I'll show you in just a second. Everly is a smaller backpack. You can see the comparison. This I've had a lot of people make for their teens and preteens and children, because it's a pretty easy bag to put together, and it's something that they can grow with, and they can use it as a backpack now or as a crossbody bag later. I'll show you how to do the hardware in a second. You have your flap on here, and underneath you just have a couple of open pockets in here. This one does not have a zippered pocket. Oh, yes, it does. I lied. I don't even know my own patterns. Zippered pocket is under the flap, so it's right here. So if you need to access that quickly, there is not a closure on the top because of the style with the flap. Could you add a recess zipper to the top? Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't if you wanted that extra bit of security. So Everly, you can see on the back, has a lot of hardware. Why is that? Well, right now it's set up as a backpack, but let's say that you want to use it. Let me get the tag out of the way. You want to use it as a crossbody. You can hook here, hook here, and just like that, I have a crossbody bag. So I just moved my hooks up here, and then you have this nice long crossbody. So Everly is a really fun bag that you can, use in two different ways. That's why it's so hardware heavy. If you didn't want to do that and you just wanted to make it strictly as a backpack or strictly as a crossbody, that is up to you. I did this because I wanted to try something different. I'd never done a convertible bag like that. So that is Everly. Those are the two backpacks. And last but certainly not least are tote bags and the overnight bag. So, oh, and Katie said the flap was fun for fussy cutting. Flaps are the best place to fussy cut because you don't have to waste too much fabric, and you don't even have to worry about the back. Just the front, you can really play with that a lot. Terry said Everly is the first backpack she made. And, oh, and now she knows how to use the hardware. Oh, Yvonne, that's very sweet. She said, I love your style. I could never match up my fabrics the way that you do. Yes, you can. And that's a question for you guys. One of the other topics that I've had floating around, and I'm not avoiding it, but I didn't know if you guys wanted me to. I would love to talk to you about picking out fabrics and putting things together. If that's something that you're interested in and you want to know kind of why I put things together and how I do that, I am happy to do that for you. So if that's a topic you want me to discuss, please let me know. Maybe that will be another bonus video or a Facebook Friday video. So let's jump into tote bags and then we will wrap this up. Piper, this is my newest tote bag. So Piper has the short handles and a long handle. This is not adjustable. You can make it adjustable if you want. You would just need to purchase a slide set. It's not written that way, but you guys know how to do that now, and I've done it in videos. So that's easy if you want to change that. Piper has zippered pockets on the outside, front and back. And also this fun little tassel. I forgot what it was called. I don't know what's wrong with me today. This is also included in the pattern, and you have enough cork to make that. I just loved it. It was just a little something extra. Is it necessary? No, but it's cute. It has a recessed zipper. Piper does have personality, Terry. You are right. And Piper has lots of pockets inside. I have 3 or 4 kits for Piper on the website. Piper is, again, all cork outside because there are some raw edges when you make your pockets. So you have lots of options here, and Piper takes an 18 by 27 and 2 9 by 12, so you can really mix and match your colors. This one I just loved with the zebra and the hot pink, but there's a few other options on there, including leopard print and then some more subdued ones. Let me keep Piper here. The infamous and always Taurus Tote Bag. If you have not made a Taurus Tote Bag, I would like to know why. It's such an easy bag. There's a ton of these in the group as well. Sue, I think, just posted a couple. Every so often there's somebody posting one in there. These are great, quick bags to make. It's a great first bag. So if you are still unsure about bag making, or if you have a friend that wants you to help them with bag making, this is a great one. Minimal cutting, minimal fusing, 8 pieces total, inside and out, all fused. Easy. You can do cork. You don't have to do cork. This is just on the bottom here. If you want to try cork for the first time, that's a great one to do it with. You can use a big print so that you can really show off the print. You have your handles, nothing inside. Taurus Tote Bag is easy peasy. I have a lot of people that make like baby quilts and gifts for showers and then make a tote bag so mom can have a bag with everything in it. It's just a really easy gift, great for, you know, Christmas. Madison just posted yours. I don't even know if I saw it yet. I'll have to look at the group afterwards. But this is, when someone comes to me and says, I want to make my first bag, what do you suggest? This one or the Diva Wallet? They are vastly different, but sometimes this is, it doesn't excite me. It's, you know, it's a tote bag. That's fine. The Diva Wallet tends to be that, you know, the other one that someone goes, really, that's a beginner project. They take about the same time to make. But no hardware, no zippers, no pockets, nothing. And if you are learning how to free motion quilt, this is a great big piece of fabric that you can practice on if you want, because you don't have to worry about the bulk since you don't have other pieces to add to it. This is also a great one that you can go onto YouTube, watch my tutorial for a zippered pocket to add that on here. You can add a pocket in the middle right here too. My local quilt shop owner does that. This is her favorite bag to make, and she is not a bag maker, as she's told me for like 8 years now. Lisa, I don't know if you're watching, but I know you. So I love the Taurus Tote Bag. This is a kit, and there's some Tula Pink and a canvas kit as well. So just so we can see them next to each other. Piper versus Taurus Tote Bag, all the bells and whistles, nothing, plain and simple. So you can see the difference in the width, the height, okay? So just so you can see those. The Getaway Bag, this is another one that is kitted. This was another redo because I wanted to include some cork options, and I also wanted to change it up in some of the instructions and the templates. I kind of, you know, cleaned them up a little bit. So this is the Getaway extra large tote. Do I have kits for the tote bag? I have, yes, Anna, I have kits for the Piper. I have kits for Taurus. Both of these are available. There's others as well. And all of the Taurus tote bag kits on the website have cork on the bottom. This is available as a kit. This was another Anna Maria Horner fabric that I just fell in love with, and it's huge. It's such a big print. It needed to be on a big bag. That has the cork on top. Yep. I'm just moving everything here. Oh, great. I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. So there is that. This one has the big zipper on the top. I love doing this one with a double zip. And then it also has zippered pocket and divided pockets inside, and it's really wide on the bottom. And this pattern, very quick little story, this pattern was something that I did not intend on making into a pattern. Back in the very beginning and early So Many Creations days, I tried to stick with simple things. This seemed very complicated. I didn't know if it should be a pattern, but I carried it to all of my classes. I could fit my irons in it, my supplies, and everybody wanted it. So sometimes when you pester me enough, you will get what you want. Not always, but a lot. So that is Getaway, and I have two more, and then we are done. All around tote. Katie posted an all-around tote in the group not that long ago. Sorry, I think I'm blocking myself here. You guys have no idea what a mess this was behind the scenes. So here is the all-around tote. What I love about this is I had only had this bag when I designed this, so I wanted something that was shorter but wider, and I wanted something that had all the things that Taurus Tote Bag didn't have. A flap, pockets all the way around the outside. You can see there's a double pocket in the center, on the back as well, pockets all the way around, and inside two giant zippered pockets and a divider. I just wanted to have all the stuff that the Taurus Tote Bag didn't have. So if you want a simple, easy, quick bag, Taurus, you want a little bit more complex bag that is chock full of pockets, all around tote. So wider than the Taurus, shorter than the Taurus. And last but certainly not least, the biggest bag that I have, let me move these, I'm blocking myself, the road trip bag. This is by far, I would say, the most time-consuming bag because there's a lot of stuff that goes on, and these pieces are huge. They're like 29 or 30 inches wide. But you know that video I just uploaded onto YouTube on how to make a boxy pouch? This is a giant boxy pouch. So if you have any doubts or any questions before I get a video done on this, if you're working on the finishing steps and you're like, I don't think I'm doing this right, I don't want to make these big cuts, I'm scared, go watch that video. You will understand the concept better of what you're doing here. So I designed this bag because I wanted something fun to take with me when I traveled. Look how well that turned out. No, I did get to use it a lot. I wanted something that had pockets. I wanted something that would fit under the seat on a plane. I wanted something that would sit on my luggage. That's what this is for. This sits on your luggage handle so it doesn't fall over. Zippered pocket in the back, passport, boarding pass, whatever you need. Easy access stuff. Flap, pockets on the front. Two of those. Double big zip, and look how much that opens. And you get all this room. You can pack so much stuff in this. If you want to take it to class, if you want to, take it wherever, if you want to take it from your bedroom to your living room, because that's really the only place we can go right now. I have also been told by a lot of people that they can fit their small sewing machine in here. I make no guarantees because I don't know the size of your machine, but a lot of people have fit theirs in here. So if you want something to carry it around, that's super pretty. So that is the road trip. That has a big adjustable handle. It's totally removable. So if you're not using it, you can just take it right off. It has your short handles here. These you can fit on your shoulder. It's a little tight, but it depends on what I'm carrying in it because I tend to overload this bag. There's no pockets inside because all of your pockets are outside, and it's a travel bag. It doesn't need pockets, but you can put any of these little bags inside of it. So yes, road trip should definitely be your next purchase, Katie and Terry. Chrissy has one. Yes. So this, I absolutely love this bag. Everybody in my family has one. They're all over my house because I just love them. The one thing I will tell you, I did put cork on the bottom of this one and on the bottom of the one, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a little dark up there, but on the bottom of that one, don't sneeze. Because the pieces are so wide, they're wider than 27 inches, you do need to get the biggest piece of cork to do the bottom. You do need the 18 by 54, But if you get the big piece, you can also do these handles out of cork and have leftover to do other projects. So you can make yourself a little set. So Joe loves hers and holds a lot. This was one of my most popular classes when I was still teaching at my local shop, because this is a bag that people love to have their hand held and to be walked step by step through it, because when you look at it all together, it's very daunting. There's a lot. It's like Prima Diva. But if you just take it one step at a time, you will be okay. This is also on my list of full pay tutorials to make. I have not gotten there yet. I'm still editing the last one, and hopefully I will get that done. Marianne, yes, you did take a class with me. I've taught a lot of people at Log Cabin Fabrics how to make this bag. So I'm going to call it a day, because I have to go to Log Cabin Fabrics tonight and do our video. If you want to watch, we are doing another interfacing video. You guys have already seen mine. You can watch it. It's linked on here as well as on YouTube. But I am doing one for them and their customer base. It will be a little bit shorter than the one that I did here, not as intense, based more on the interfacing that I like and the interfacing that they sell at the shop and stabilizers. So if you're interested, that's at 4 o'clock, or no, I'm sorry, 5 o'clock tonight, because they have a sale going on. Otherwise, I will see you guys here tomorrow at 11. Barb will be here. I won't be distracted by the computer. Oh, and one more question. Did I quilt the fabric for the road trip? No, Terry, I did not. I don't quilt any of my bags. Can you? Yes, I did not. Road trip might not be the easiest one to quilt because of the thickness and all the pockets on it. I really couldn't say. I do know that somebody made a road trip out of cork completely. It was a lot of cork, but she made the entire bag out of cork. So depending on your machine, your ability, and your scare level, I think you could definitely quilt it, but I did not. So I'm glad you guys enjoyed this. Again, it will be here forever, and I will also link it on YouTube, so that if you're ever wondering about a bag, what it has in it, what size it is, you can go ahead and watch, and maybe someday there will be so many more bags I'll have to do another one of these. So for now, I'm going to call it a day. I will see you guys tomorrow at 11 or tonight at 5 if you're interested. Have a great afternoon. It is raining like crazy here, so I will be inside until I have to leave. You guys have a good day. Bye.